Welcome back, creatives. Ruth Ann Reed here to help you get unblocked and into a daily habit of creation. You know, the world is stressful, stuff is coming up, things are crazy. This is a really good time to talk about your why, your reason for creating, the reason that you give up a little bit of sleep or a little bit of social time or something else to put yourself into making something new. Your reason why is basically a mountain in the distance. You're not there, not yet. You may not even be close enough to see the details, but you can see that mountain peak through storms. You can see it in the middle of the night. You can see it at all times. Like a mountain, it is very much immovable. Even if it changes shape slightly due to inclement weather over the years, it's still there and it's still a mountain and you can still see where it is. So that means your why really needs to not be tied to something temporal, something that can be taken away from you, something that can be changed. If your why is literally, I want to have a television series on Netflix. All right, that's a big goal, but the thing is, in 10 years' time, maybe Netflix won't exist. This happens all the time. Major companies disappear. So if your goal is hooked on something that is out of your control, such as a company or a school or something like that, what do you do when that thing goes away or is denied you? Your why needs to be something that is unassailable, that cannot be shaken, that nobody can take away from you, that isn't in anyone else's control. My why used to be very specifically to be on the shelves in Walden Books. Yes, they went out of business a long time ago. I'm old. Hush. What was the reason for Walden Books? Well, because where I was growing up, we didn't have a library. That was my only access to books. So I associated books and reading and escape and the joy of fantasy with a particular store. That wasn't actually my why. My why was actually providing stories that had escape and adventure and angst and joy and all the stuff that I loved in stories. That's not dependent on a bookstore. That is in fact completely in my control. No one can take that from me. Whatever your why is, nobody can take it from you. It cannot be stolen away. And you can see it even when everything down here gets really stormy and crazy. It's time to work on your why, creative. Maybe you know what it is, maybe you haven't looked at it in a while, maybe you haven't really analyzed this before. But at this time, in this era, it's a really good idea to have that on hand. Figure out your why. You and your art are worth that struggle. Sit down with me now, and together, let's make something new. Thanks for listening, creative. We all need the encouragement, which is why I do these videos every single day. If you want to thank me, share, like, and subscribe. Or check out my weird fiction at ruthannreed.com with elves, space aliens, magic, and all kinds of nonsense. Either way, I hope you keep creating. I'll see you on the written page.